I won't let you
Come on, dude.
I won't let you go. No, I won't let you go.
I won't let you go. No, I won't let you go.
I won't let you go. No, I won't let you go. No.
I won't let you go. No, I won't let you go.
I won't let you go. No, I won't let you go. No.
I won't let you go. No, I won't let you go.
And all the love, I can feel all the love in the room right now to celebrate you in this season. So we're gonna ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Very self-serving responses.
Oh, we know. All right. So first question is, how has music influenced your life?
How has music influenced me? That's a good question. So for me to answer that, I kind of gotta like take a step before that to talk about the people who influence, the people who introduced me to music. That kind of influences my music. So my mom sang as a kid. My mom used to sing. So we had an organ in the house. My mom sang all the time. All the time. So you know, I knew the song. So I kind of fiddled around and she like kind of pushed me to play the songs correctly. And then as you know, the gift developed. Shout out to my brother Elitz. If y'all know, Elitz is actually my real brother. Same mama, same daddy. So is the guy next to him too. But so as you know, as the gift developed, Elitz started exposing me to like music. And like it wasn't just like like one song. So he bought me albums. I remember.
So that's when we used to buy CDs and stuff.
This is back in the '90s, before a lot of y'all were born. So I remember like the first album was Women Thou Art Who's 2002. So he brought the album home and I'm like, all right, so what you want me to learn? Because he was leading worship at the time, like all of them. I'm like, all of them? All of them. So I learned how to play the whole album in every key, because yeah.
Right.
Transposal was forbidden back in the day, but we embrace it these days. And yeah, so that was like my foundation, like how I initially got inspired on how music influenced me, because the people who influenced me generally in my life.
Awesome. What inspired you to write this particular song?
Y'all want the true story or the fake story?
I mean,
All
right. It was true.
Can I tell this story? All right, so this song right here, Old Time, shout out to Al Corporate, was written for another artist. It was written for a major gospel artist. And so, he said looking for song submissions for his album. I'm like, all right, cool, I got something for that. Send him the song, gets me in contact with his manager. We go back and forth. I wrote this song over like 4 times. Mind you, this song was written in 2012. So what y'all hearing like now is what was recorded in 2012, minus the bass. I think the bass is like the only thing that is 2017. But anyways, I wrote the song for a Christian artist at the time. And the thing about the song that I wrote is I always knew the song was supposed to go to anybody else platinum. Because God's been dealing with me about releasing music, but even though I had a songwriting career, like there's still stuff like
Yes, I
know, that you don't release.
Right.
So I wrote the song. The song was very personal at the time, and I was releasing the song to the artist, but I really didn't want the song to place honestly, because I knew nobody could deliver the song like me, because the song really expresses what I'm feeling, and like the language that I use in the song is really aggressive. Kind of like how I talk. If y'all meet me, I talk really aggressive. So like, yeah, I'm an Elon, we're aggressive. Like, I mean, we're cool, but we're aggressive too. But like, yeah, so the song, there's a line in the song, like the opening line of the second verse, says like Jacob, I'm holding on to you, my peace will be your ransom. Like nobody talks to God like that except for me. Or people have like relationship like that. But yeah.
He's keeping it real, y'all. He's keeping it real.
Yeah, it's it's real personal. Y'all are here the song, you gotta listen to it for yourself.
Awesome. Who are the artists that you admire?
Tank.
I don't think some people. I don't think a few of you guys don't take it.
That came out hard. That came out real hard.
Think about it.
Yeah, Tank, like whole time, I would say it's a few. There's a few. I could sit here for days, but Tank, The Dream, Dietrich Haddon,
Come on, Dietrich.
Fred Hammond, Joey Stevens.
Hey,
Sis Angela Saint. I'm going for my influences. I think anybody who creates Dorian Bridges. Shout out to Dorian Bridges. We're an album mode, but we'll get into that in a second. But I'm inspired by like everybody, like all the time. If you create music, that's sincere.
I really could testify with that. Like he's annoying when it comes to if he loves a song, he will annoy you until you release that song. I can
just play it randomly.
Random. I don't know. Next question. Where do you see yourself musically in 5 years? In the next 5 years?
Wow. Musically? Music. That's a broad question. Within 5 years, I want like 2 ratings.
Come on.
One of my own, and one from this album mode that we're in right now. Shout out Dorian Bridges again. Alright, so listen, if y'all know me, I like to shine light on people. I'm sorry, I know you don't know me. But Dorian Bridges and the young lady sitting right next to him, that's his wife right there. Listen, these people invaded my life.
Yes.
A year ago. About like a year ago, exactly like 2 weeks ago, whatever. These people like created opportunity for me to make like serious money. Like I worked like trash jobs. And I walked off of trash jobs. I've had good jobs.
You fired them.
But my job at the Lindsay School of the Arts is dope. So if you don't know what the Lindsay School of the Arts is, go up to the lady with the blue sweater and ask her a question. So I'll give you all the information. But these people are great people. It's not just a job. These are actually like my family members. Dorian Bridges is a great man. I give him a little heat too. That's because I love him. But he handles it well. Well, back to me.
What do you hope that people will gain from the music that you're making?
Man, so say that one more time.
What do you hope people will gain, or people that they will gain from your music?
From this song in particular, it's very self-explanatory. We're living in a time right now where there's so many other alternative measures of a higher power or relationship with God. And I feel like people are straying away right now, a lot. So this song really right here is, urging and encouraging people to not let go. Like I'm declaring that I won't let go, like no matter what. Like I won't let go, and I hope people are inspired to do the same.
What advice or anything that you want to share for people who are upcoming, aspiring artists, leaders, or singers that are trying to do what you just did? What is your advice?
Be patient, but not stagnant. Wait your turn, and help others. Help others. I'm a firm believer that God makes happen for you, which will make happen for other people.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work behind the scenes and gotten zero credit. I've done a lot of work and got zero pay. Zero pay. But you know, but the bigger reward is knowing that people were blessed.
Yeah.
By the way, even though I didn't get any glory from it, but God doesn't listen to it. Heaven takes all notes, and the greater reward is to come. When y'all go ahead and purchase this single, I Won't Let You Go, now available. Yours truly.
Tell people the date.
All right, so the
I know that you guys got this, but-
official release is this Friday on the 4th, but it's available for pre-order. Encourage everybody to buy, don't stream.
Share.
I'm gonna give y'all a little rundown on the music business while y'all here. Music business 101, Gene Line, or Jelon Dot. Y'all call me Gene, y'all fan. So for every stream, you get 0.004 cents, which means that someone would have to stream 1,000 times for an artist like myself to make $1, to make the 99 cents. So that means you can stream it all day, but I'll probably make $1. I got 3 kids. Where my kids at? Raise your hand. So, and that's my niece too. But yeah, so streaming's cool if you're like you're Chris Brown or like you're in the game for a long time, but for like up and coming, if you find an artist that you like, buy their music, buy their merch, go to their show, even if they suck, go to their show. If they suck, but you believe in them.
Right.
Yeah. Does anybody else have questions?
I'm sorry, I ain't got no media training. I'm a musician. I used to be behind the scenes, so I'm a wild out now.
This is DJ Blindside from Public Culture Entertainment.
Hey! Hold on. Before you ask no question, let me shine some light.
Hey!
Let me shine some light. For all your entertainment needs.
Right.
They are a husband and wife duo. Black owned.
Yeah.
Black owned.
Stand up, that's our time to shine. This is my wife, this is MC Royalty.
Yeah.
This is question time, Queen. All right. Yeah, brother man. First and foremost, congratulations on the single. I know you've been working hard.
Yes, sir.
On average, this is my first question. How much hours do you put in within one single, or this single in particular? And question 2. Question 2. Don't forget the first one. You were working on a Jeopardy single. I'm still waiting for you to release that so that I can play that on the 1s and 2s. Thank you.
Yes, sir. See, my dog actually follows and pays attention. God's gonna bless you. Lift up your hand. How long does it take to create a single? It depends.
Or this one.
So this one in particular, 8 years. Yeah, 8 years.
Come on, number 8.
Yeah,
God's
8 years.
timing is the best.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't believe in rushing anything. I believe music is timeless. And you'll hear in this song, like it's not complex, but it's very intentional. The chords are intentional. The harmonies are intentional. The lyrics. I'm gonna text every one of y'all the lyrics. I want y'all to just don't just listen to the song, but I want y'all to read the lyrics as literature, and I think it'll bless you. So I think taking your time, man. I took my time 8 years. I mean, I can push out the song now in like 30 minutes whole time. But this one took me.
He has to follow up too, so wait on that.
Oh, the Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting on some drums for that one. Shout out to Kai Turner, who's not here tonight. We should be. I don't know, make the guest list. But yeah, Kai Turner. I'm waiting on drums for him. I'm gonna throw that out there. Next.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is this gonna go to an album or is it just standalone single and you're working on a different project?
That's a very good question. I don't know if I don't know if I'll ever do an album. I'm gonna release singles, just because as a creative, my mind
Oh,
It changes in seasons.
Because, bro, if it takes 8 years for a single, 12 songs and an album, that's 96 years.
Yes, he did the math.
Yeah, now that's I mean, this particular song took 8 years, but I've done other songs in the meantime. But yeah, expect singles. If there's an album or an EP that drops, know it's all God.
Anyone else? Well, I think,
Joey Stevens here.
Joey S. Stevens.
Yes, Joey S. Stevens. Yes. Musician here at the Bridge. Just wanted to ask one question. From being a musician that's transitioning into an artist, how do you feel you being a musician helped you be an artist?
Bro, you know what? That's a good question. How has being a musician helped? I think the musician aspect, it just helps musically. Stage presence, kind of seeing other people I've played for, like, that sucks. I would never do that if I get an opportunity. Like that aspect. But being a church musician is different.
Absolutely.
Because it's more of a service thing over a job thing. Just knowing how to like deal with people, like knowing this is how I like to be dealt with. So this is how I'm gonna deal with people on the opposite. On the opposite end. Now I'm getting nervous all of a sudden. But not just knowing how to deal with people and just like knowing what I've seen in my experience, and like learning from others' mistakes. I think that's what I love to go around.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Any other questions?
MC Royalty here.
Testimony service.
So how do you receive a song? Do you dream it? Is it in your prayer time? Like how exactly do you receive, what you're hearing?
Ooh,
That's a good
that's a
question.
very good question. My process is different. It can come in the shower. It can come as I'm driving. Yeah, it just depends. Now, if I'm working for somebody else and like they have a direction they want to go in, then I'm just going based off of that. I just tap into my imagination and just go. For me, it just depends. We could be talking and you say something like, hold on. I'm listening, like anything can inspire. So, no question though. Anybody else?
Are you still creating music other than, when you perform? Like you have like a catalog or a library, you just like come up with tracks, come up with music, and then somebody might come to you, like the artist next to you might come to you and say, hey, I wrote this here, take a look at said lyrics, right? And you might start reading it, and like, you know what? Like, do you have like a catalog like that? Or a library or something like that?
Not anymore. I stopped doing that.
Okay.
Once I stopped doing that because you play, for me, in my experience, in my career, for every 20 songs I create, one will get plays. You gotta imagine, 20 songs created, one will get plays. And when it does plays, it's probably just the chorus. They throw in my whole verses and stuff. So it's kind of like, now I kind of like create strictly for particular people. Anybody else? Hey, before you ask your question, stand up right quick, James. This man right here is probably one of the best, and I'm gonna say that right here. If y'all got me on camera, one of the best voices you've heard out of South Florida. What's your name? James Grass. Amazing vocal, just great names.
I was gonna ask when we gonna work.
I mean,
We gonna fight. Nah, we gonna work. It's due time. Album mode.
Time is God's time.
God's time, yeah. Definitely. All right, so I know we all anxious to hear this song. Are we the first to hear this song?